There's a kind of magic about Friday nights. That soft, buzzing feeling when the whole world seems to be unwinding. People flooding the streets, laughter spilling from restaurant patios, car headlights painting the roads in long golden streaks. I used to love it. Tonight, I'm sitting alone in the parking lot of a restaurant that used to mean something to us. Our spot. Every anniversary. Every stupid excuse to celebrate. We ended up here at Brannigan's. She always loved the way they served wine in oversized glasses and dimmed the lights just enough to make you feel like you were somewhere better than you actually were. I hadn't been back in a while. It wasn't like I planned to come here tonight. It just happened. One wrong turn off the highway. One familiar glow of neon in the distance. One stupid decision to park and sit for a minute. The car hums quietly under me. I don't kill the engine. I don't even loosen my grip on the steering wheel. I'm staring at the entrance like a man watching his own funeral unfold, unable to look away, heart pounding in his throat. Inside, I can see couples laughing, waiters bustling past with trays of steaming food, the clink of glasses catching the night air every time the door swings open. It should feel comforting, familiar. Instead, there's a pit forming in my stomach, a deep, churning unease I can't explain yet. I tell myself I'll just sit here for 5 minutes. Catch my breath. Then I'll leave. But I don't. I stay. I watch. Something's pulling me to stay. There's something about the way a place can turn against you. The air tonight tastes sour, thick with memories that rot the longer you sit with them. I'm still in my car, parked under a flickering streetlight that bathes everything in that ugly yellow glow, the kind that makes the world look sick. I could leave. I should leave. But my hands are glued to the steering wheel, white-knuckled and trembling, like even my body knows something is coming, something I can't avoid. I tilt my head back against the seat and stare up at the roof of the car, hoping that maybe if I close my eyes, the weight pressing on my chest will ease up. It doesn't. It just sinks deeper like quicksand. God, what am I even doing here? It's not like I expected to see her. Not here. Not tonight. Not after everything we'd been through. The therapy sessions where we both lied to each other through gritted teeth. The promises whispered under whiskey-soaked breaths. The night spent pretending that the distance between us wasn't growing wider with every heartbeat. I catch myself glancing back toward the restaurant. A laugh cuts through the air, sharp, familiar, and my stomach folds in on itself. It's her. It's her. I know that laugh better than my own voice. How many nights did I sit in our living room just listening to that sound? The way it filled the walls, filled me, made me feel like the luckiest man in the world. I twisted my seat, heart hammering so loud in my ears I can barely hear the blood rushing through my head. There she is, through the glass, sitting at a table near the window. Her hair tied back the way she always does when she wants to look effortlessly perfect. That little black dress, the one she saved for special occasions. She's laughing, smiling that smile that used to be mine. But she's not alone. There's a man sitting across from her, reaching across the table to brush a lock of hair from her face. Intimate, effortless, like they've done this 1,000 times before. I can't move. I can't breathe. The whole world narrows to the two of them, bathed in warm candlelight, as if the universe itself decided they deserved the perfect backdrop for their betrayal. I lean forward, forehead almost touching the windshield, squinting into the night like some pathetic stalker. I wish I could convince myself I'm mistaken, that it's someone else, a co-worker, a distant cousin, a childhood friend she hasn't seen in years. But I know better, the way her hand lingers on his wrist when she laughs, the way his knee brushes hers under the table and she doesn't flinch. These are not the gestures of strangers. I feel something sharp and sour claw its way up my throat. Rage, heartbreak, disgust. I don't even know. It makes me want to scream, to punch the dashboard until my fists are nothing but raw, broken flesh. Instead, I sit there, trapped by my own cowardice. 1,000 memories flash through my mind like a reel spinning out of control. Her promise at our wedding, standing barefoot in the sand, swearing she would never hurt me. The way she cradled my face the night I told her about my father's death. The night she whispered, "You're my home," as if I was something she could never lose. All of it burns. All of it lies. I can't tell how long I sit there, stewing in the bitter taste of it all. Minutes, hours, maybe a lifetime. Time doesn't matter anymore. Eventually, they stand. She adjusts the strap of her dress, smooths her hands over her hips in that way she always does when she wants to impress someone. He steps closer, offering his arm like a fucking knight in shining armor. And she takes it, without hesitation. Something inside me fractures, splits right down the middle. This wasn't just dinner. This wasn't casual. This was a ritual, an anniversary of their own. They walk toward the door, and I duck low in my seat like a coward, heart pounding so hard I feel in my teeth. For a moment, for one stupid, desperate moment, I pray she'll glance around, spot my car, and realize what she's done. But she doesn't. She just laughs again, that same warm musical sound, and disappears into night with him. And I'm left behind, sitting alone in the dark, drowning in a silence so loud it makes my ears ring. I don't know how long I sit there after they're gone. Long enough for the buzz of the restaurant to die down. Long enough for the staff to start dragging chairs onto tables and wiping down counters. Long enough to wonder how the hell I became the ghost of my own life. Eventually, I start the car. The engine sputters to life, breaking the silence like a gunshot. I pull out of the lot with no real destination. My hands numb on the wheel, my chest hollow. I drive aimlessly through streets we used to call ours, past parks where we picnicked, past movie theaters where we kissed like teenagers, past a coffee shop where I once waited for her in the rain for 2 goddamn hours just because she said she was stuck in traffic. All of it stings now. All of it feels poisoned. I want to smash every memory into dust. I want to erase her from the landscape of my life. But I can't, because everywhere I go, she's already there. When I finally pull into our driveway, no, my driveway now, the house looms in the darkness like a mausoleum, a tomb for everything we buried under lies and broken promises. I sit there a long time before I get out. The porch light she insisted we leave on every night still burns, casting a feeble circle of gold across the steps. I stand there, staring at it, wondering how something so small could mock me so thoroughly. And then I step inside, into the silence, into the void, where the truth is waiting for me, where the worst parts are still yet to come. Because deep down, I know tonight was just the beginning. There are things I haven't seen yet, things I'm not supposed to find. But I will. Oh, I will. There are moments when you realize you've been living in a house made of paper. It doesn't happen all at once. No dramatic crash of walls caving in. No sudden roar of a roof collapsing above your head. No. The betrayal comes quieter than that. It's the subtle rustling of a crack spidering across the ceiling. The way the floorboards groan a little differently when you walk across them. The way the air inside your own home starts to feel wrong. I feel it now. The second I step through the door, it hits me like a punch in the gut. Something's off. Colder. Emptier. Our living room looks exactly the same. The couch still strewn with pillows. The coffee table cluttered with the debris of a life once shared. A half-burnt candle. An open magazine. A forgotten glass of wine. But none of it feels mine anymore. None of it feels real. I move through the house like a stranger, my footsteps unnaturally loud against the hardwood. The silence stretches and yawns, swallowing me whole. In the kitchen, I catch sight of her favorite mug on the counter, a stupid thing with a chipped handle and the words, "Good Vibes," only scrawled in tacky gold lettering. The sight of it sends a wave of nausea rolling through me. Good vibes, huh? Yeah. Fuck you too, mug. I push through it. I head upstairs, gripping the banister like it might collapse under my weight. Our bedroom door is cracked open. For a moment, I hesitate. Something deep, primal inside me whispers that I shouldn't go in, that whatever I find there will unravel me for good. But I push the door open anyway. The room is dark, except for the faint glow of her bedside lamp, left on like she always did when she stayed up reading late into the night. Only now the bed is neatly made, untouched, perfect, like a crime scene staged by someone trying too hard to erase the bloodstains. I cross the room in a daze, my hand brushing against the familiar textures. the soft cotton sheets, the worn leather of the headboard we picked out together at that overpriced boutique downtown. All of it feels cold now. Alien. I glance at her nightstand. The drawer is slightly ajar. It shouldn't be. She was meticulous about little things like that. My fingers hover over it, trembling. I don't know what I'm hoping to find, or what I'm terrified of finding. But I pull it open anyway. Inside, there's the usual chaos. Chapstick, hair ties, receipts, half a dozen old bookmarks. But tucked under a dog-eared paperback. Something glints under the lamplight. A bracelet. Not just any bracelet. Gold, delicate, expensive. Way beyond what she'd ever buy for herself. Way beyond what I ever bought her. I pick it up, feeling the weight of it in my palm. There's an engraving on the inside of the clasp, small, almost invisible. Yours. Always. I drop it like it burns. My breath comes in short, ragged gasps, and I back away from the drawer like it might lunge at me. This is it, isn't it? The proof I didn't want but already knew was out there, hiding in the corners of our life like a cancerous mold. But still, some pathetic part of me claws for excuses. Maybe it's from a friend. Maybe it's a gift she bought herself. God, how desperate can a man get to lie to himself? I stumble back into the hallway, needing air, needing space, needing something to stop the walls from pressing in. My phone buzzes in my pocket. For a second, I consider ignoring it, letting the world outside this crumbling house dissolve into nothing. But old habits die hard. I pull it out. One new message. Don't wait up. Staying late at work. Love you. Her. Staying late at work. I bark out a hollow laugh that sounds more like a sob. She's good. I'll give her that. She's a fucking artist when it comes to lying with a straight face. I wander downstairs again, like a man trapped in a dream he can't wake from. The clock on the wall ticks loud and slow, each second stretching out into eternity. I need to move. I need to do something before the anger eats me alive. Without thinking, I grab my jacket and keys and step outside. The night air hits me like a slap, crisp and brutal, stealing the breath from my lungs. I get into the car. The same car that sat in that goddamn parking lot earlier tonight, bearing silent witness to everything I never wanted to see. I don't know where I'm going. I just drive. The streets blur past in a haze of neon signs and darkened windows. The city feels like a corpse, hollowed out and empty. Eventually, without meaning to, I find myself outside her office building. A sterile glass and steel monstrosity that looks even more lifeless at night. The parking lot is mostly empty. A few scattered cars huddled under flickering lights. And there, tucked in a corner near the side entrance, is her car. And next to it, another car, a black SUV. Windows tinted so dark you can't see inside. I kill the engine and sit there, staring. Minutes pass. Maybe hours. Time has lost all meaning now. Finally, the door to the building swings open. And there she is. But she's not alone. He walks out beside her, tall, confident, too close. Too fucking familiar. They stand by the cars, talking in low voices. I grip the steering wheel, so hard my knuckles go white. They laugh. She touches his arm. And then, without hesitation, without looking around, without a goddamn shred of guilt, she kisses him. Not a quick peck. Not a friendly goodbye. A kiss. The kind that strips the air from your lungs. The kind that burns down everything you thought was safe. I watch, paralyzed as they break apart. She says something that makes him laugh again, that same easy, effortless laugh she once saved for me. He opens the passenger door of his SUV for her, like some cliché out of bad romance novel, and she slides inside without a moment's doubt. The SUV pulls away, taillights bleeding red into the night, and I'm left there, again, gripping the wheel, drowning in the silence. Except now, the silence isn't just empty. It's loaded, heavy, final. There's no more room for doubt, no more room for excuses. The house of paper has finally burned to the fucking ground, and I'm standing in the ashes. The next morning, the sun feels wrong. It spills into the bedroom like an accusation, harsh and blinding, stripping away any comfort the darkness might have offered. I lie there, staring at the ceiling, feeling the weight of last night crush down on my chest. I should move. I should get up. I should do something. But all I can do is lie there, listening to the deafening silence of a life that no longer belongs to me. She's not here. Of course she's not. She didn't come home last night. No text. No call. No apology carefully wrapped in lies. Just absence. A void growing wider and wider until I'm not sure if there's anything left of me at all. Eventually, I force myself out of bed. My movements are slow, mechanical, like my body has forgotten how to be human. I wander through the house. Every room feels like a crime scene now. Every photograph, every stupid trinket we collected over the years, all of it poison, all of it laughing at me. I end up in the kitchen, staring blankly at the counter. Her purse is gone. Her favorite sneakers, the ones she never traveled without, are gone too. Good. Let her stay gone. Let her rot wherever she's hiding. I slam a fist against the countertop, the sharp pain shooting up my arm, offering a brief, vicious kind of relief. And that's when I see it. Her laptop, left carelessly on the table. Unlocked. Open. An invitation. A challenge. My heart stutters in my chest. Every instinct screams at me to leave it alone, to walk away before I find something I can't ever unsee. But I don't listen. I never was very good at listening. With hands that barely feel like my own, I sit down in front of the screen. Her email is open. There's a thread at the top, bold, unread, begging for attention. Subject line. Our little secret. I click it before I can change my mind. And there it is. Message after message. Plans. Hotel bookings. Photographs I wish I could burn from my memory. Some of them time-stamped for nights. She told me she was working late. Some of them for weekends. She said she was visiting her sister. Each one another nail in the coffin of what we used to be. I scroll further. The messages get filthier, more intimate, more cruel. Private jokes about me. Little digs at my expense about how clueless I am, how easy it is to keep me in the dark. My hands clench into fists so tight the skin across my knuckles splits. They mock me. They mocked me while I sat here, building a life, holding on to hope with bloody, broken fingers. I lean back in the chair, staring up at the ceiling, willing the tears not to come. But they do. Hot, angry, useless. I wipe them away with the back of my hand, furious at myself for still caring enough to cry. There's more. There's always more. Buried deep in the folder structure of her laptop. Hidden inside what looks like a boring spreadsheet file is a cache of photographs. Not the ones you'd find on a phone camera roll. Not selfies or group shots. Professional. Posed. Her, naked, sprawled across hotel beds. Him, behind her, in front of her, inside her. It's a full goddamn portfolio of betrayal. I don't know how long I sit there, staring at the screen, feeling the last pieces of myself crumble into dust. Long enough for the rage to settle into something colder, sharper, more focused. I copy everything onto a flash drive. Every email, every picture, every dirty little secret. A weapon, a time bomb. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it yet, but I know one thing for certain. This isn't going to end with me crying alone in this fucking mausoleum of broken dreams. She thought she could erase me. She thought she could humiliate me and walk away untouched. She's wrong. Oh, she's so fucking wrong. I pocket the flash drive and stand up, feeling something hard and unfamiliar settle in my chest. Not sadness, not despair. Resolve. War. My phone buzzes in my pocket. I pull it out. A text from her. Hey, babe. Sorry about last night. Got caught up with work. Exhausted. Heading home soon. I stare at the screen, disbelief curdling into laughter. She doesn't know I know. She still thinks I'm her loyal, blind little puppet. Fine. Let her think that a little longer. Let her come waltzing through that door, spinning her web of lies, oblivious to the noose tightening around her perfect little neck. I set the phone down without responding, and I wait. I wait for the door to creak open, for the scent of her perfume to poison the air, for her to smile at me with those same lips she used to kiss another man just hours ago. And when she does, when she finally steps back into this house. I'll be ready, because this time it's not going to be crying. It's not going to be begging. It's going to be fire. And she's going to burn right along with everything she thought she could steal from me. The door creaks open around noon. I hear the clatter of keys, the click of her heels on the tile, the casual hum of a woman who believes she's still winning. I don't move from my seat at the kitchen table. I've been sitting here for hours, the flash drive tucked neatly into the pocket of my jacket, the paperwork spread out before me like a general surveying his battlefield. Coffee's cold. My pulse is steady. This isn't rage anymore. This is something colder, sharper. She breezes into the kitchen, tossing her purse onto the counter like it's just another ordinary day. Her hair is slightly damp from a quick shower, probably wash them off before coming home to me. The sight of her almost breaks me. Almost. But I steel myself. She flashes me a smile, that same rehearsed practice smile, and I wonder how many times she's used it to cover her tracks. "Hey, babe," she says, voice-like casual. "Rough night. Can we just chill today?" I look up at her, really look, and for the first time in months, I don't see my wife. I see the stranger who gutted me and thought she'd walk away laughing. I gesture to the chair across from me. "Sit." She blinks, taken aback by the tone. Good. Let her feel it. The first crack in her perfect little mirror. She sits, cautiously, her fingers fidgeting with the hem of her sleeve. I slide a folder across the table. She stares at it, confused. "What's this?" I lean back, folding my arms across my chest. "Everything." Slowly, she opens it. Inside, copies of the emails, hard prints of the hotel receipts, a full dossier of the photographs I found, a printed summary of her little secret financial transactions, all the Venmo payments and hidden gifts. Her face drains of color, her mouth opening slightly before snapping shut again. I let the silence stretch between us like a blade. Finally, she speaks, voice trembling. I can explain." "No!" I cut her off, my voice a blade across her throat. "You're going to listen." She shrinks back slightly. Good. She's not in control anymore. I pull another folder from under the table and toss it toward her. Divorce papers. Already signed on my end. Irreconcilable differences. No contest. No negotiation. She opens her mouth again, some protest forming on her lips, but I hold up a hand. "You'll find you're walking away with nothing. No house. No car. No savings." She pales even further. "But the prenup you were so eager to sign before the wedding, remember? The one you said was just a formality because you love me so much." Her eyes widen. "Yeah," I say, voice dripping with contempt. Turns out it's airtight. My lawyer made sure of it. Tears are gathering in her eyes now, but I feel nothing. Not pity, not sadness, not even satisfaction. Just inevitability. "You cheated." I continue, my voice steady, cold. "Documented. Verified. Witness. In this state. That means you forfeit any claim to marital assets." She shakes her head, desperate, pathetic. But we can work through this, we can fix." I actually laugh. Not because it's funny. Because it's so fucking absurd. "You already fixed it," I say, leaning in. "You and your little boyfriend. You fixed it when you decided to burn everything we built to the ground." Her face crumples. For a brief, poisonous moment, I see the woman I married, scared, broken, desperate. But it's too late. She's already dead to me. I stand up, grabbing my jacket. "There's more," I add casually, tossing another envelope onto the table. Inside it, copies of the evidence sent to her HR department. Anonymous letters to her boss detailing the misuse of company funds for her little romantic getaways. Documentation proving she falsified expense reports to cover hotel stays. "I wonder how understanding your company will be," I say, smiling thinly. "They always did pride themselves on their strict moral code, didn't they?" She covers her mouth with a shaking hand. I keep going. "And as for Loverboy," I shrug. "I thought he might like a few souvenirs. Sent a nice little package to his wife." "Oh, didn't know he was married, too, did you?" The way her eyes widen, pure, unfiltered horror, is almost beautiful. I'm guessing by now she's serving him with divorce papers of her own. Funny how that works. She tries to speak, but no sound comes out, only a choked sob. I don't stay to hear it. I walk past her, the woman who thought she could destroy me, and out the door into the cool, clean morning air. I feel nothing. No triumph. No regret. No sadness. Only freedom. The weeks that follow unfold exactly as I planned. She loses her job. She loses her car, repossessed after she can't keep up with the payments on her own. She moves back in with her parents, the same one she always swore she was too good for. And him? Turns out his wife wasn't just angry. She was vindictive. Public scandal. Police reports. Bankruptcy. They deserve each other. Or maybe they deserve nothing at all. One afternoon, months later, I get a text from a number I don't recognize. Please, can we talk? I don't answer. There's nothing left to say. I'm already living a new life, a better one, free from her rot. Sometimes, late at night, I sit on the porch with a drink in hand and watch the stars scatter across the sky. And I smile, not because I won, not because I'm happy she's miserable, but because I survived. And in the end, that's the cruelest revenge of all. I get to live. She gets to remember every day, every night, every empty, broken breath she takes. I am the ghost she made, and I am free.